beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was. And look at this. Well, it's glass there, but isn't that so beautiful? This background. This is one of the best study rooms I can get because the background is so beautiful with the trees moving around. Look like one of those fake backgrounds that you can add to your videos, but it's real. So anyway, I love you so much. And no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, no matter, what, I love you so much. And anyway, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give my videos a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving Starlight a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you can share my videos with your family, your friends. Let me see, a turtle. And I'm trying to think of the animals that I've been seeing, or bugs. A mosquito. I've seen lots of mosquitoes. It's that time. So yes, you could share my videos with those animals, and you don't forget the notification bell. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. And anyone that would love, you can send love donations to Starlight, and that is on my Cash App. Ping, right there. And okay, so I hope all of you are doing well, and I don't know what you are going through, and no matter what you're going through, you're gonna get through. Sometimes we have to go down there in the valley, and that's when we're gonna really learn what we're here to learn. We all have lessons to learn in this reality, and so the better that you can have a good attitude of what you're going through, the smoother the transition will be. So, be cautious, is to ask yourself, what am I, what is the universe, what is God trying to teach me right now, and pray, please help me to be, please give me strength through this hard time that I'm going through. Please guide me, I do pray to Archangel Michael, and I'm not going to apologize for these things, I don't want to get off on that rabbit trail, but one of these days I'm going to talk about that topic. But today, I want to talk to you, and it's so vitally important. I'll tell you what, there's so many things I go through, and I don't put them in my videos, but I do want to share a couple cool things that recently happened to Starlight, and I just want to let you know that we're connected to everything. And the universe, it's like, the universe, you are a part of the universe. And you got to be careful, because we've been lied to so much, and there's a lot of people that have been programmed like Starlight. I am deprogramming what I've been programmed to believe, as far as going to church, as far as what, about with the Bible, it's not my place to tell you what you should do. And, because there's a lot of people that are religious that come to me and they act like they are God, and like, Starlight, you should read your Bible every day. Starlight, you should do this. Starlight, you got to do this. And they are not God. God gave me a free will, so there are people that are running around, acting like they are God, and they come to me and they tell me, they just point blank, on and on and on and on and on, and tell me I'm not in church anymore. If I wanted to hear all that, I would go into church. I'm not in the church because I have a free will, and it was a lesson for me to learn. So in this video it's to teach people that the universe, Mother Earth is alive. And this is a big, huge problem that we're going through in the world. These are the end times. We're going through a spiritual warfare. So it is a war for your mind and soul. So you got to really be careful, because there's people out there that have been programmed and lied to, and they believe everything that they were taught, and they're trying to pull you back to where you came from. So it's just this constant tug of war. I don't go to church anymore, and I am very upset. But you know what? The people that told me that King James only, they were lied to. So that got passed down to me. So, I got to forgive those people, understanding that they were programmed and they were lied to. And there is a Bible out there. Somebody told me about it recently, and I would love to get my hands on that Bible because I want to know what the other, like the book of Enoch is not in to the King James Version. So, it's like the missing puzzle pieces. You can't put a puzzle to get all these pieces trying to put this puzzle together, like the Bible, and there's all these pieces missing, in the King James, and so it's really sad. And I bring all this stuff up to help people because, see, all these lies are started. It's crazy because there's a spiritual warfare. They're trying to divide human beings against each other. Race is an illusion, but trying to get, people of color against people of white, get people, get everybody all upset and mad at each other. You know what? We got to let that go. We are doing a whole lot better than what we used to do. It's great seeing, I used to have a problem with this when I was younger because I was lied to and I was programmed a certain way, believing that we weren't supposed to come together with different races, but it's all a lie. It's all a trick. It was to separate us and divide us. So now I'm looking at things differently than what I used to, but it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So we all been lied to and we all been programmed, and that is what you gotta really have a mind of your own. And they also divide, like people that are religious and people that are spiritual. What the heck is going on? Most of the people that are religious will come to me and tell me what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not in their church. They're not my pastor. They tell me that I shouldn't, do this and I shouldn't do that. They're not God either, A lot of people, want to tell me how to live my life. Sorry, I have a life of my own. I answer to God. I don't answer to those people, So we gotta keep our hearts with those people. Those people there that are religious, I have never met a spiritual person that was trying to over control other people. Isn't that odd? I've never met a person like that. They let people do whatever whatever you decide that's your life. I can't control what people do. But what I've noticed, and is so beautiful, is that the universe, it took time to learn this. This is why I had to be alone with myself, sit alone with myself, spend lots of time alone with myself. That's why I had to leave New York. That's why I had to leave my family. That's why I had to let go of people that weren't serving me. That's why I had to get out of my comfort zone. That's why I had to try new things, is to get alone with myself, get alone with the universe. And it's amazing. I'm going to share you a couple of stories. And this really happened. It was so freaking cool. And I got many, many, many other stories along with this, with the universe, Mother Nature. It is beautiful. Right now, today is a really windy day. Not too long ago, I was at a park, and it bothers me. I seen like a soda bottle, and it was like 2 car lengths away from my vehicle. And so I saw that, and it's funny because the universe knows everything I'm thinking about. And when I saw the soda bottle in the parking spot, I always want to go over there and pick that up. So then, when somebody comes through, they don't have to worry about the soda bottle being, because there's people out there, they litter on Mother Earth. They don't care. They don't respect Mother Earth at all, But there's people out there like myself and a lot of other people, they don't like seeing the trash, and they don't throw trash on the ground. So it was kind of funny. It was a breezy day that day. And I was thinking inside my head, I want to go and pick that up. Well, then I ended up doing other stuff in my car, and I went and walked a distance away because the garbage cans are far away. But I did something near my car where I didn't go towards the bottle. The soda bottle was on the right hand side, you know, 2 car lengths away from where I parked. The freaking weird thing that happened, which is awesome, is it's like the universe was helping me. Mother Nature was helping me. This is the only way I know how to explain it, so deal with this, please. Is because I wanted to go and pick that up to get it out of the way for other people, And would you freaking believe that the wind blew that? It was a plastic soda bottle or whatever kind of bottle with a lid on it. And I don't know how this happened, but that soda bottle in it just is a newly paved parking lot. They just redid the whole thing. It looks beautiful. That soda bottle made its way from 2 car lengths over, and it went right, the wind blew it right smack behind my vehicle where it was open. It was almost like the universe was like, brought it right over, right where, like, here, Starlight, I'll help you out. It's like Mother Earth was helping Starlight out because Mother Earth doesn't like crap. Would you like it if people threw garbage all over you all the time? It's crazy some of the things that I witnessed, like you guys and girls. I went to the bathroom the other day, and Starlight's going to tell you a gross story. Somebody threw a brick and sticks in the toilet bowl, and there was urine in there. What do you think I had to do? Take it out. I had to go to the bathroom really bad. But, what kind of people do these things, And it's not always the teenagers. Now so it was really cool how the wind was able to bring that out and just put it in it, that bottle didn't have to stay right behind my car. It's like the wind just stopped and just dropped it off right there behind my car. So it's like, wow, this is pretty freaking cool. So I did. I picked it up and threw it away. The universe was inspiring me. The universe was nudging me. Yeah, Starlight, that's a great thought. Yeah, pick that up. Here, I'll bring it over to you so you can pick it up. It's amazing what I'm learning. If people are so distracted and, they're missing out on what's going on with the animals, people, because the animals were connected, the people were connected. So now today, something similar to what happened that day, and I got lots of fun stories like this. So today, again, I'm at a parking lot by the river. It poured out all night long, and it was really, really, really super windy all night long. It rained in the wind, and it was really cool this morning. So I'm getting all my stuff ready, taking my folding chair out, my backpack, and some goodies for the animal friends. Starlight loves feeding. I'm learning. I'm feeding the animals good, healthy stuff, like bird seed. Starlight went out and, I went out and got some bird seed for the birds. And I have nuts for the squirrels. So I'm feeding them healthy stuff. So anyway, I was getting everything out of my car. And recently they've put in these big old poster boards that, they're all made signs. And it's letting people know you can't park in these spots. So they had them on all the all through the whole parking space because on a certain day they had the day and the time that no parking there, no parking, so a whole bunch of 20 or more signs were on these brick walls that were kind of in between all these parking places in this huge parking lot. So today, again, And this is really cool. The wind was blowing around, and it actually kind of picked up one of those poster boards, with the notice about no parking, and it kind of blew around a little bit, and I'm like, I seen it. And I don't like seeing garbage on the ground, but I like wearing gloves. I don't like wearing, I don't like picking up stuff without having gloves on, so I do have an issue with that. So anyway, I'm like, I'm gonna continue to do my stuff, and when I get around the car, I'll go pick that up. And then I noticed another one, and the wind, it's funny. It's like the universe was like helping me to notice, hey, Starlight, there's more than one of those. So first I seen the one, I'm like, what should I do with that sign? Because it's an old sign. They left them up. Now, so I didn't want it on the ground. I said, I'll just pick it up and throw it in the garbage. And that's when the other one started moving around. The wind, the universe was moving that one. Mother Nature was moving the other one around to get my attention, that there was two. And this sounds crazy, but this is so beautiful. So the universe was nudging Starlight to, pick those up, throw them in the garbage, because I don't like seeing, do you like seeing garbage on Mother Earth? Oh, I hope not. Does it bother you? There's times that the universe could be nudging you to do something. Do you see, this is when the universe is talking to us, is when your intuition says, hey, there's some garbage over there, and it's nudging you to go pick it up. Do you ignore it? Because I do. There's times I do, because I'm thinking, I'm going to get my hands dirty. You'd be amazed when you listen to that voice inside of you, just like when the universe like, hey, go help that person out. And then we close, you could close. I love helping people out. If I will help people out. I love helping people out. I have no problem. Even more so on this journey here. I have no problem. You need some help, Starlight? If I can help you out, I will help you out. So anyway, I pick up these poster boards, with the signs on there, and I throw it in the garbage. And I felt great. I feel good about that, helping out and cleaning up. And I didn't know this. A man it's kind of funny, his truck says, like if you got graffiti, he actually is a guy that, probably has his own business to help you get rid of graffiti if somebody, graffitied something on your property or something. So he's got his own business to help people out to, make that stuff disappear. And so it's kind of funny how the universe was guiding me to, my intuition said, pick those up, Starlight. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to pick those up. And like I said, the wind even was picking one up and moving it, to kind of get my attention. There's two of them. And that guy that was in this truck, never seen that truck before. I didn't know what he was doing. He was going around, driving around, and I guess he's, for some reason, his job is to go around and pick up all those signs. And I wasn't doing anything to get any attention for anything. I was just doing what was in my mind and my heart to do, is to pick those up. And so I put them in the garbage, not thinking anybody's seeing anything or noticing anything. And the man in that truck, he goes, thank you. That's how the universe works. It was so beautiful. I got, there's many times when I pick up garbage, I find money after. It's like, I go over there and I'm like, I'll just pick that up and throw it in the garbage. And there's money, under the thing that I pick, it's like I pick up, throw it away, and I'm like, hey, there's a dime. I got paid a dime to just throw that, that item there. So it's amazing how the universe is working all the time, and we're all connected. Nothing happens by accident. So there's no coincidence in this universe. And it's so beautiful when you really pay attention to what is going on, with the animals, It is so beautiful. That man made me feel amazing. He said, thank you. And he had I do this to people. I'm not used to people telling me thank you, I go around, it's like a full-time job, and today I actually was going to volunteer to help clean the bathroom because holy cow. It's like, when's the last time it stunk so bad? I walked in there and I'm like, and toilet paper was all over. I didn't even, Starlight went in there and used the bathroom because a lot of homeless people go in there. And I'm like, you know what? It was on my heart to say, hey, if you give me all this stuff, because I live in my car, I went to the guy because I know this guy and I haven't seen him in years. And, it was on my heart to, hey, I couldn't have done it today because I wasn't prepared, but hey, if you get me all the cleaning supplies and everything I need, I'll freaking volunteer and clean that bathroom because I don't like walking in a nasty bathroom like that. And Starlight was going to do another thing too, but I was going to sage it after, not tell anybody, just like smoke that baby all out, and then no negative energy will be able to go in there. They have to leave that outside the bathroom so they don't throw shit all over and start throwing sticks all over the place and putting, cement into the garbage or the toilet bowl. Like, who puts, So you gotta pay attention. It's all around. It's like the universe was saying, thank you, Starlight, using that man. It happens all the time. It's amazing if you really listen to what people are telling you, there's times people can yell at you at times and you might get offended. You know what I was learning? There's times that the universe actually, is telling me to get away, not to take it personal, but I had no business being there, So it is really cool. So don't get so upset sometimes, people might flip out at you or have an attitude. It's a lot of a test to test your heart, see what kind of person you are. And I guess, this is going to be the end of the video. This is not what I was going to do. I'm going to have to make another video at another time what I was really going to do, but I got kind of caught up in this because it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. There's no accidents. Even when animals come to you and you see animals, what kind of animal was it? What kind of bug was it? Where were you when you saw that bug? When you see a bug or numbers, symbols, I'm telling you, the universe is speaking to us all the time. Everything is connected, nothing, no accidents, whatever you're going through, whatever battles that you're dealing with, you could Google it and it's really cool with the things that you find out, all kinds of stuff. I'm looking up and researching up all kinds of stuff, like I've been, and I'm not ashamed of saying this, but I've been getting bit out by bugs. What does it mean when you get, what kind of bug was it, What is the universe trying to tell you, Are you getting bit up by bugs? Well, what kind of bug is it? And then you can Google it and say, what does it mean when a mosquito bites you? What does it mean? That's a message from the universe telling you something that you need to listen to and pay attention to because it's guiding you into whatever you're going through, whatever you're struggling with, whatever whatever you got to let go. I mean, like, it could tell you and warn you, like the tick. The tick told me you're going in a freaking negative, environment, It could tell you things, that you're not even aware of. But most religious people will say, oh, don't listen to all that stuff. See how this works? They will tell you, oh, don't look for signs. Don't do this and don't do that. You've got to listen to yourself. Stop listening to other people. Those people were programmed. They didn't even have the whole Bible. Most of them don't. They don't even have the right Bible, If they went by the King James versions, a whole lot of books are missing out of the King James Version Bible. You got to listen to yourself, and the universe is always reaching out to us and talking to you. You got to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you something, but are you going to listen to what your intuition tells you? Hey, pick up that garbage. You'd be amazed, when you listen and know what the universe is telling you and you go do it, you'd be surprised. You might meet somebody, something, it's going to help you out one way or another. You could save somebody, by doing something because your intuition said something, but your ego will say, don't do that. And that's where you got to say, no, I want to go and do that. I want to go pick that up. And I mean, it's amazing. I've found stuff, going on my way to go pick something up, and wow, I found something on the way. The item was somewhere over here, and just because I had to walk this way to get to that thing, there was something on the ground. I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I could have found a knife. I needed a knife. It's kind of weird. It is amazing. It is mind blowing. So many times, over and over and over again, this is the stuff that has happened. Sometimes my intuition says, hey, go check that sign out over there. And I found so many knives on this journey. I found some cool freaking knives, on this journey. You never know what you're going to find, just because you're listening to your intuition and it's telling you to do something, even in driving, listen to your intuition. It could save your life or others. So I love you so much. I really hope you get a lot of help from this. This was not really what I was planning on doing, but I really want you to know that the universe is always stuck. The universe, we're all connected. It was no accident that man, anybody that helped me out on this journey, it's because God put it on their heart to help me out. And the people that didn't help me out, it was a test. It was a test to see how I was going to respond, if I was going to keep trusting or not. And then there's times, we're always being tested. You can go in the store, somebody could freaking give you an attitude. How you going to, how you going to, those are tests. So the better that we respond and react, the better the outcome will be. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.